1. Within the white, humming walls of my linguistics seminar, it emerges that in sign language, the hollow of the neck is the only articulatory space for the sigh. That all signs tend towards symmetry. We are born this way, to look for rules, tossing away irregulars like small gods, blueprints bloomed in the width of our veins, sitting ducks, hurricaning our ways towards syntax trees. In the Elysian fields of this classroom, there are two outcomes of predestination: a relative or a complement clause, a gap, turned both judge and executioner, bearing all its bored canines into our linguistic afterlives. We self-strangulate. We strangle all other paths. 2. I learned about shotgun houses last November. Consider the semantic space constructed by this phrase: shotgun, house. Consider the architecture of this language. When holding a shotgun, you can spot the final exit wounds even before the bullet breaks skin. The back of the body laid bare before any metal shard's soft entrance. Now imagine a house so paper thin, you can watch it yawn into shreds before planting a foot on the creaking white of its porch. 3. So this is how we arrive at an idiolect. A shotgun house falls from the sky and splinters all its rotted bones across an Idaho highway. Like any other fallen angel, the house crash lands into earth, and has no choice but to soak in all its banality, suck open the marrow of verbs and determiners. One by one, the words through the house, like a siren song moonwalking through a hallway. One by one, the words lurching out, the larynx, the muzzle, the mouth, the wound. Idaho field full of bullets and speech and so much obstructed air.
The highway saw all that it had made and called it good.
It's divine wreckage now ready for witness from a taxi cab's slacked jaw, an archaeologist's incision, the words beating, rising, worn out a back door ready for the archive's rapture. 4. Overheard in the archives, a pastor to God, a pastor to his congregation, a girl to her pastor, a girl to her God, a girl to her cliffed bed. The hallowed, hollowed target of her shotguns trigger her bedridden longing. I have an unstoppable urge to communicate with you. The distance between us is insurmountable. 5. Upon dissecting the fallen angel
Highway house, newborn speech.
in Idaho, archaeologists found 150 identical note cards stacked in its passageway.
Trachea, barrel.
Every crevice blooming with the word want. So this is how the house managed to outlive collapse. The roots of the sound,
The want, the bulleted syllable.
holding up the roof of the house like a vine, like arms, like embrace, like longing or steel or something between those lines. 6. I learned another lesson alongside the shotgun house. The archive blushes pink with Idaho insists upon an absurd origin. Dust Bowl skeletons springing up overnight, its men mass buried in the heat of July. Before they carved maps into the dirt with wedding rings, there was only white space. There was no desire. They came, and love sprung forth, like crops coaxed from the blade. 7. You can carve out your own city-state, your own infrastructure of desire, the archive whispered that day. You can make the lungs of these highways beat against taxi cab tires, salvage the house. I swallow this lesson. I cradle it at my throat, the sound, stuttering, surrendering in a bed. Here, in my double-barrel mouth, my flashing teeth. Here, in an ivory tower cliff, the pulse of a dorm room radiator. Here, possibility rises. I crush the distance. I make a map of a girl's body and let love spring forth across a sleep-covered lawn. I patch up the craters. I redress the wreckage. Listen, I am only trying to speak again.